right, y'all, let's examine the male and female and man and woman, because we see the male and female is made after he, them, and we can look at some things in the world around us to kind of maybe understand this a little more. So the enmity was put against the woman's seed, and through this we are getting rules and structures in society and such, and we can see that women are from Venus and men are from Mars. So the women from Venus, is that us, the he's us, the Jesus. So Jesus would be that feminine aspect of God, the day 6 God, and that's why we're going back to that day 6 God, the day sex God. And then the day 7 God, the Lord God, the male aspect is coming in and creating the man to dominate the woman. And that's how the woman was made out of the rib of the man, and those types of things. Because we can see these things going on in our world now, and the ribs being taken out now through the flesh, and that's the ribonucleic acid. So this might be when things start to shrivel up or whatever, okay? Because I assume that when Jesus comes to judge a nation, he comes to do it through a woman. So when Jesus comes to judge the world and to rule the world, I assume he's going to be doing it through a woman. So this is where the women are going to reign. Now, when we look at a male and female structure, we can see that the male, generally speaking, without spirits being added to the situation, but a male is typically stronger but more docile. The woman is generally more weaker but more fierce. So these things kind of counterbalance. So one is a punching bag for the other, while the other one can just knock the other one out with kind of one blow. And that's where kind of Satan is just coming in and making a rule and knocking man out with one blow and saying, no, you can't do this. No, you got to wear this. No, you got to whatever. And it's just a construct of the mind to create a divide in society, because the division comes with man and woman starting off. And we were told that we were made he, them. And then when we look at our bodies, okay, if everyone has been either exposed to the locker room or certain types of videos, or has been around the world a time or two or whatever, right? We've been exposed to different size nuts and bolts and washers and entry points and pre-drilled holes and all kinds of things. So we even sometimes can go to the hardware store and we can buy the nuts and bolts together. So naturally speaking, sometimes God brings forth a big wee-wee, a small wee-wee, and a little clit, a big clit, and sometimes he brings the clit and wee-wee together. Okay, so this is showing how man and woman are basically just one, but they're just forms of an exaggerated form of each other. Okay, so this is where you get, they're made after he, them. Okay, because while God is a masculine energy, it is also a feminine energy, and that's why we're shown the God and the Lord God and the male and female and the man and woman and those types of things. Okay, so as these things are coming upon our world, and in the kingdom of heaven, there is no man or woman. There is none. We are all as the angels. So this was what Jesus was saying when he was talking about the Moses and the law and the hardness of their own hearts and the eunuchs and stuff, because the eunuchs are what we call the rainbow characters today, the people in drag or whatever else that's going on in our world, where the exception proves the rule, and that exception is for the rulers of darkness. So the rulers of darkness can come on and make laws of man to test men, because we are born as the sons of men, but we are given the ability to become the sons of God. And as the sons of God, no man can tell us right from wrong. Okay, so that means that no man can tell us. Jesus and the prophets go by 2 laws. All right, Paul and Moses, they lift up the serpent, and they go by all these different types of laws, and that's how it's the by bell, the bell worship, because Paul and Moses worshiped Baal, and they're going against Jesus. That's why it's called the book of Acts right after the Gospels, because Paul is coming in and chopping off the head of the church. So, circumcision is a type of self-mutilation. And then it actually makes the people more sexually promiscuous and all these other things. So then they're like making a law to where you can't do something, but they're actually cutting off your pecker to where you got to where it's causing more of a burden on you, in a matter of speaking. So, and it says you're made perfect. So why the hell are you going and cutting off your whack or your wiener? Why are you whacking your wiener? Either way, y'all. And then the old school people, how do they stop the bleeding? They suck on it, right? We learned this when we went to the midwife for the first child, and I started to research these things. Anyways, yeah, that's how they stop the bleeding. But it's just working in. Working it all in. But it's what it's all in there, y'all. You can go back and listen. We don't need to get into it again. I'm not trying to necessarily offset everything. But yeah, man, woman, we're all basically one. What divides us is the dress and pants and shit, and that's all being a rule of whatever, all right? Because otherwise, you're gonna have, if a man can't wear a dress, then we're gonna have to go back to the time where the woman can't wear a pant. Okay, so this is kind of where we're going down to. It's okay for the woman to wear the pant, but it's not okay for the man to wear the dress. Okay, do you understand the hypocrisy? There's no reason why women's clothes should just be made out of soft satin and silks and stuff or whatever. Maybe there's some men who like that material. And then, if to get that material, you got to go wear the damn blouse from the woman's garment, because they don't offer it in a man's shirt. And if they do, it's a damn pirate frilly shirt like they said, like they got on Seinfeld and shit. It just makes you laugh. They just can't make a normal, soft, silky shirt. I mean, I don't want a silky shirt to wear, but you know, there might be a time you want a silky shirt. You may not want your nipples rubbing. You know what I mean? You might got sensitive nipples, so you might got to wear the satin. And the Satan. Nope, can't wear that as a man. Hopefully y'all see all the dumb shit that's going on in this world, y'all. I mean, it's just a bunch of bonkers. And make it even. Like, why is the guys section of clothes always 1/3 the size of the woman section? And why do the boys toy section 2/3 bigger than the girls section? Like, nothing. Come on, guys, girls, whatever's going on out there. Either way, y'all are just going with the storm. And as this storm is coming down, there is lightning. And as this lightning strikes, the people shall get shocked by the electric. Alright? That electric is the people that you go and elect so they can pull tricks on you your whole life, and you just keep eating that shit up. You keep going back to it. And either way, it's a rough life. Keep going back to the trough. We'll end it here, folks. Start thinking about things a little bit differently before, so we can enter into that new kingdom. Because if we start looking in the past, you're not going to be entering into the kingdom. And we need to start thinking about things a little bit differently. And we need to also understand that there is a constant in our world. And through this constant, you have to have some sperm and eggs being exchanged. Okay, so while we are going into a rest, the sons of God would probably keep breeding, and the beast man will be spayed and neutered and whatever, and they will either die off, or they will be they will eventually have gone to the vet enough to where they have lived through everything, and they can be kind of transform themselves, and they will make it in there. But otherwise, the things that's coming up on the world, and the gonads shrinking, it's gonna be some good times. All right, so either way, we'll end it here, folks.